Imagine being thrown into a pit filled with hungry lions, not because you committed a crime, not because you hurt someone, but simply because you refused to stop praying to your God. That is exactly what happened to a man named Daniel. And what followed is one of the most powerful demonstrations of faith ever recorded in human history. Daniel was not just any man. He was a government official in the kingdom of Babylon, serving under King Darius the Mede. He was known for his wisdom, his integrity, and his unshakable devotion to God. In fact, Daniel was so exceptional that the king planned to set him over the entire kingdom. But not everyone was happy about that. 3 times a day, out in the open, knowing full well what the consequences could be, they searched desperately for something to use against him. Some scandal, some corruption, some mistake. But they found nothing. Daniel was blameless. So they devised a wicked plan. They convinced King Darius to sign a decree stating that for 30 days, no one could pray to any god or man except the king himself. The punishment for breaking this law was being thrown into the lion's den. They knew Daniel prayed to God 3 times a day, every single day, without fail. This law was not about worship. It was a trap, carefully designed to destroy one faithful man. And here is where the story gets deeply personal. The officials caught him praying and rushed to the king. Darius was devastated. He genuinely liked Daniel and tried everything within his power to save him. But the law of the Medes and Persians could not be changed, not even by the king himself. So Daniel was arrested and thrown into the lion's den. Before the stone was sealed over the entrance, King Darius said something remarkable to Daniel. He said, "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." Even the king believed that if anyone could survive this, it would be Daniel's God. That night, Darius could not sleep. He refused food and entertainment. He paced through his palace, tormented by what had happened to a man he respected and admired, declaring that the God of Daniel was the living God, enduring forever, whose kingdom would never be destroyed, and called out in an anguished voice, "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God, whom you serve continually, been able to rescue you from the lions?" And then came the answer that changed everything. Daniel's voice echoed from the pit. He said, "My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions. They have not hurt me, because I was found innocent in his sight." Daniel walked out of that den without a single scratch. The very men who had plotted against him were then thrown in, and the lions overpowered them instantly. King Darius then issued a decree across the entire kingdom. You do not want to miss what is coming next. It means that trusting God does not always remove you from the pit, but it will always bring you through it. Daniel did not avoid the lion's den. He walked straight into it, and God met him right there in the middle of the darkness. When life throws you into impossible situations, when the odds are stacked against you, when people plot your downfall, your faith becomes your greatest weapon. Daniel did not fight back. He did not compromise. He simply kept praying, kept trusting, and kept believing. And God showed up in a way that silenced every enemy and shook an entire kingdom. That same God is available to you right now. Whatever den you are facing today, you do not have to face it alone. If this story stirred something in your heart, hit that subscribe button right now, because the next story in this series is going to shake you even deeper.